even to the point where my wife is adamant that there is something having to do with time travel on this. She even sent me some time travel thing. She sent me something. Let me read it to you right quick. Time travel theory explained in Paradise. For everyone saying time travel theory came out of nowhere, you aren't understanding where it's coming from. Okay, what is the time machine reference? Paradise explain how time manipulation works in Paradise, but what will this mean in season 3? Okay, we're gonna do some research on this, and we're gonna have to talk about this because I'm like literally like, what is they talking about? Because I missed it. I'm not gonna lie, I missed it. So we're gonna dig deeper into the whole theory of time travel as it exists in Paradise, because I feel like a whole idiot. Like I it feels like there is some sort of additional layer to Paradise that I completely am amiss from. Like I am completely outside the loop. Evidently, I might be the only one, because it seems like people are out there making their assumptions that time travel is a whole thing. And one of them, I believe, is speaking very, very outwardly about this whole theory. So we'll get into this a little bit later, but just to kind of tease it up a little bit, this is, I think, a little bit better. It's a little bit of a better explanation as to what it is that folks are talking about when it comes to evidently this freaking time travel, whatever you want to call it. All right, so let's check it out. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a listen to this.
It changes everything that we just watched. Let's talk about what this is going to mean for season 3. So they used a metaphor about blocks of cheese, where a block of cheese represents time and the block exists all at once, meaning every moment across every timeline is happening simultaneously, not, linearly, all at the same time. But here's where it gets interesting. They said when characters make decisions, it doesn't just, change the future. It can branch off and create an entirely new block of cheese, a whole separate reality. And then they added more, and this is the most interesting part to me. They said slices of cheese from a block can be put into a different block. So that means, a person from one reality can show up inside a different one. That's how someone like Link, aka Dylan, could exist in the story as he does right now. I think that's what we're seeing on this card that Sinatra gave Xavier, where it's like all these different things are at different points on this timeline up here, but it's wrapping around and converging on itself. So I don't think season 3 is going to be about different timelines. We're just going to see those different slices from other timelines entering into the one that we've been watching. So there's going to be those coincidences, like they said, physical disturbances, repeated events, things like that. But just like how they slipped Dylan's existence into this reality, I wonder if people can slip out of the reality too. That would be wild. The Paradise writers just
listen, I'm seeing some of the chat, and evidently some of y'all feel the same way I do, and you kind of like, time travel, what, when that happened? And I just gonna be real, like, if didn't nobody mention it to me, I would have been completely out the loop. Like I'd have been like, excuse me, and I'm still, as we speak, I'm still like, what the fuck are you talking about? What? And I think that either it makes me either completely ignorant, completely stupid, or completely in tune to certain character arcs and certain storylines that make me kind of blind to some of the other stuff that's happening in the show. Here's what I will tell you for the time being before we take a deeper dive a little bit later. I have to agree with my homegirl Harmony in this particular sentiment.